Every day, while millions of people live a life of freedom, thousands of armed forces are stationed far away from their families for long periods at a time. But every day, these heroic souls spent in active service carries far greater dangers, and the sad reality is, some soldiers don't get to come home again. Today we're going to hear the amazing story of a soldier who defied all odds to survive, and the little girl who's his hero. In 2006, Simon Brown was in the midst of his third tour of duty in Iraq when the unthinkable happened. Brown had successfully rescued 6 of his fellow soldiers from a broken down vehicle, and the team was withdrawing from the area when he was struck by sniper fire. Suddenly, Simon became the one in need of rescue, and his team promptly did just that, rushing him to Basra Palace, where medical care could be administered. Once there, he received a life-saving tracheotomy before being airlifted to a base hospital, and once he was adequately stabilized and his major wound has been closed up, he was brought back home to the UK's Selly Oak Hospital, where remaining reconstructive surgeries were carried out. The bullet had entered his left cheek and exited through his right. Along the way, it shattered both cheekbones, obliterated the cartilage in his nose, destroyed his left eye, and severely damaged his right one. The result was a 17-day coma and severe disfigurement. Sadly, he lost his left eye completely, was partially blinded in the other, and all of the cartilage in his nose was gone. Following the multiple reconstructive surgeries that took countless hours, Brown was able to begin the long road to recovery. Today, his cheekbones and nose have been reconstructed using titanium. His jaw has been almost entirely rebuilt, and he wears a prosthetic eye. Even though doctors had done everything they could to rebuild Brown's physical appearance, there remained the long journey toward recovering the basic function, without the level of vision he had become so accustomed to. With the help of Blind Veterans UK, a center committed to helping veterans deal with sudden loss of vision, as was the case for Brown, whose vision was severely compromised by the loss of his right eye. The injury may have ended his military career, but Brown wasn't about to give up so quickly. He was determined to use his experiences in order to inspire and motivate others. Nowadays, he regularly gives motivational speeches in schools and performs a substantial amount of work for charities like Help for Heroes, an organization that helps support members of the British Armed Forces. It was through his work with Help for Heroes that he met 5-year-old Temperance Pattison. Pattison always had a fascination and deep admiration for servicemen and women of the British Armed Forces, so when she got the chance to meet Simon Brown, she was thrilled. Brown, on the other hand, was slightly unsure of what to expect. In the past, he had spoken to large groups of children in an auditorium, but the Help for Heroes Facing It Together campaign meant that he would be alone with Pattison, who he feared would be scared of his scars. When the two of them met, however, their conversation was charming and heartfelt. She told Brown how she had previously taken a part of a 100-meter swim and a triathlon to raise money for troops. Furthermore, the little girl was about to compete in an upcoming mini-triathlon once again, with the aim to raise money for veterans. As the two of them chatted, she confided in Brown, saying that she was nervous about the big day. The former soldier told her about how he had overcome his injuries to speak in public to children all over the country. Pattison explains her desire to take part in the event, saying, "Even though I didn't know any of the soldiers, I just thought that they did something for us. I thought I could give a present back to them by raising them money." Next, Brown explained to her that the money that people like her raise goes to helping veterans like him access much-needed rehabilitation for their injuries. He explains that, because of that, she is, in fact, a hero to countless soldiers, and adding, "I'm 38 and a half, and I can't do a triathlon." It is impossible for most of us to imagine the ordeal Simon Brown survived, but nonetheless, he doesn't seem to harbor any regrets, saying that, "More than anything, the kinship I felt during my time out there was extraordinary. You get to know the people you serve with better than you know yourself. It was excellent getting the opportunity to form those kinds of friendships." And after meeting young Temperance Pattison, it would seem he has one more. Small, but a mighty ally.